Hey everyone, we're on the second section of Unit 4, and a quick little cartoon I thought was funny. Those who study, or those who don't study history are doomed to repeat it, yet those who do study history are doomed to stand by helplessly while everyone else repeats it. I don't know if you get that joke, but I think it's hilarious, which most of my jokes, I'm the only one laughing. So, we're going to be working on inequalities. It's going to be almost exactly the same as what we did yesterday with one addition, and that's graphing these things. So what an inequality is, and I'm assuming that you've at least seen them a little bit before, is the mouth of the alligator with the little googly eye is going to be eating the bigger number. And so the question always is, which is bigger, the x's or the numbers? And in this case, the x's are bigger. So what we do is we make a circle at 3, and then if the x's are bigger, we shade right. If the x's are smaller, we shade left. In this one, the alligator mouth is eating the x, therefore we're going to be shading to the right, which means in this inequality, we will take any number for x that's bigger than 3. So 4, 5, 8, 10, 1 million, whatever, are all available numbers for x because we want bigger numbers for x. Now, one last thing right here. If you have this little line underneath, that means greater than or equal to, and if you have no line underneath, that means only greater than. So this one is an open circle, and this is a closed circle. Since we don't have the line underneath, it is an open circle when we're shading. So down here on the bottom, we look at -2 is greater than x, so the alligator is eating the -2. That means the x's are smaller. So we make our circle here at -2, and since the x's are smaller, we are going to shade to the left. And if we look, there's no line underneath, so it's an open circle, which is what we have. All right? So I'd like you to try these two on your own, and then I will do them. So here, the circle is going to be at 2. It is going to be a closed circle since the line's underneath it. And the x's are smaller because the alligator is eating the 2, so we're going to shade left. And on the bottom, we're going to make a circle at -3. It is an open circle, and this one we are also going to shade left. Okay, these aren't terribly difficult, they just take practice. So now we have equations just like we did before, and just like last section, everything is going to stay the same in solving the equation, except now we have these fancy little symbols in here. So for this one, since 2 and x are multiplying, we want to do the opposite, which is divide, and so this turns into x is greater than 4, and now we shade. Open circle at 4, the x is getting eaten, so it's bigger, and we shade right. Here on the bottom, the 3 and the x are being multiplied, so we divide. So x is less than, notice the symbol doesn't change, -3. So the x's are smaller, it's an open circle again, and we shade left. Whoa. It's really hard to shade on this computer here, as you can see by my fantastic artistic ability. There is one gigantic difference, though, and you need to have this written down in your notes. In this case, we have to divide, but we have to divide by a -2. In the case of dividing by a negative, you have a negative down here, or if you're multiplying by a negative, you flip the sign. Okay, so in this case, because we're dividing by a negative number, we do x, we flip the sign the opposite way, -3. Okay, if you have a problem like this, x over -2, and so you'd multiply by -2, you'd also flip. Only multiplying and dividing, not adding or subtracting. You flip that sign. Okay, so now we flip the sign, now we have this, open circle here, we are going to shade left. Okay, so multiplying or dividing only with negative numbers, you will shade left. Or you will flip the sign. Man, I got totally lost there. Okay, so I want you to try these on your own and see what you get, and then I'll come back. So for the top one, we are going to subtract 4 from both sides. We do not flip the sign because we're not multiplying or dividing. So it's x is less than 4. So we go here, open circle, and then we shade left. Here on the bottom, we're going to multiply by a -2, which that is a negative number, so we do flip the sign. 5 times -2 is -10. This is a closed circle because the line's underneath. And we are going to shade left. There is no section P.3. It is a challenge section from the 7th grade. You should ask me if that's something that you would be interested in, and I'll let you know. Okay?